guys, happy Sunday. Hopefully many of you guys are back from church. If you said go to church, see a lot of people in here. I just want to tell you guys all good morning. It's almost afternoon. Yesterday I was having technical issues. As you could tell, I had to go to Walmart just to speak to you, but I didn't want everybody left hanging when I couldn't get on the internet. Craziest thing is when I left Walmart, I had internet all the way home. But I wasn't going to do another live. Because it was just, I was done for the day. Doing the wreaths across America was really just an amazing experience. So I enjoyed it so much that I have committed myself to doing it every year. I went out of my way. Like, they had a lot of stuff in Sarasota and other veteran type cemeteries, a little closer to home, but I really wanted to pay tribute to the Florida National Cemetery. And my heart just, melted. There is 119,000 military personnel buried at the Florida National Cemetery. And we had, I want to say 37,000 wreaths, maybe. Don't mark my words 100%. I did like 5 wreaths. I put it on Twitter, I almost didn't get the footage because I laid them all down and that was all I could get down. There was a lot of people. We had literally thousands of people that showed up to the Florida National Cemetery yesterday. Literally thousands. I had never seen anything so magnificent and amazing in my life. I want to tell each and every one of you guys, thank you. I see there's people in here from all over the world. Scotland, I see you. Thank you. Arizona, everybody else, I see you. It's amazing that you guys continue to come here and love to hear, some of the information that we have. And again, today is no different. We have, we're still digging in deep. We're still, thank you, Miss Fletcher. I'll put you on up there. Yes, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with your friends. Please don't keep me a secret. We work very hard for you guys. Oh, I even got somebody in here from South Africa. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. Yeah, Ramblin'. We were there. Hopefully your father got a wreath. It was, again, just an amazing experience that I got to experience with a lot of great people. And there was people from all walks of life, every ethnicity, every religion, every political party. I like to say that because many of you know, prior to me getting in this, and I've kind of left my political stuff in the back, but it still rears its ugly head every now and again when somebody's trying to attack me. But at the grand scheme of things, I try to associate myself with, organizations and things that everybody kind of is associated with, because I don't want something as foolish as political issues to drive a narrative when we're all trying to collectively come together to help, a victim. So it was just an amazing experience. And like I said, there was every walk of life there. We were all, side by side and in the thousands, just the thousands. I had never seen, for example, I just getting into the cemetery, I was in my car for over 2 hours before I got to lay the first wreath. And again, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys, many of you know that we have memberships rolling out right now. I haven't really designed a whole lot for each member, class. It's really more right now for just the monthly support for the work that we're doing. I will start adding benefits, as I start rolling those out. Right now, 90% of our time is being utilized right now in research on this Wells case, as well as the Kylan Schulte, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner case. Many of you guys don't know about. I would love to bring that up to you. Also, thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are so wonderful to me. You really are. So yes, I agree. This not in the work that we do, but I always try to make sure that that's well known. Just to ease anybody's mind and anybody's tension, that we are really working very hard, for the people, all people. And, it doesn't matter. My heart breaks when I see these cases come before us. And, when we start getting people out there in the public like you, and you guys are begging us for help to go see this, it's always sad. It's always heartbreaking to get involved in these cases, and it's very emotional. But we do try to take all that pain and all that emotion and move it to the side so we can keep our brains clear, and we can, do these cases functionally. There's processes and there's strategies. And did we hear about Don yet? If you're talking about the information going forward, no, we have not. I'm just now kind of getting into the intro. If you have some information, oh, and by the way, yes, thank you, Safari Dream. We are the coffee club. So we are never starting a meeting or a live without our cup of Joe. So I personally either love Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I find Dunkin' Donuts in my coffee pot actually brews very well. But if I have an opportunity to go to Starbucks, Robin knows I will, because I love their Tai Chi lattes. And actually, they've got this peppermint mocha. I didn't think I was going to like it. I got to say, I'm addicted. I lost all this weight. I really did. Yes, everybody in the chat, we are about the, this is a drama-free zone. So if you're here to cause drama, you will be removed. And, c'est la vie. There is, actually, Jilly, it's kind of funny. Some of the best coffee I ever had, and it was a gentleman. It was when I was at a sober living environment. I had a gentleman, we'll just refer to him as Cowboy. And he actually used to live next to a Cuban lady, and they made this Cuban coffee. And it's a very strong coffee. And but it has like cinnamon in it. It has like a cream. It has like a sugar. It was just amazing. I wish I had gotten a recipe from him. That was back in 2007. Since then, I never had Cuban coffee again, and it makes me sad, but that's okay. We will do. But anyways, just to set the ground rules here, guys, this is a drama-free zone. We got enough drama going across YouTube. We don't need to add to that drama. So we're going to stay out of all the drama stuff. I will tell you, it does not, whatever is going on out there in YouTube world does not affect our team. It does not affect our collaboration with Marissa, Chronicles of Olivia, JLR. We are a family. And family does not run away when things get hard. So we really, really, really want to make sure that, and you guys are part of our family. As you know, you guys are part of the family. You guys help us. You send us emails. I will tell you, I know many of you guys have been sending me emails with leads and tips and information. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We love our members. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And we love you guys as much because you guys send us stuff. I did want to tell you, I am going through the emails. I have an enormous amount of emails with leads, and we're going through them because we have to read those. Oh, thank you, Riley. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for, supporting us. Tara, thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate it. I do want to let you guys know that I am getting through the emails. It's just me going through those. I don't send those off. So when you guys send me an email at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, I do go through those emails personally. I send them off to team members to handle them after I read them. So if you ever did send me a personal or private or confidential email that's not being dispersed to my team, that's coming to me directly, and you may do so. I, as many of you know, I try to consider myself of high integrity and of high character. And so, there are some personal stuff that does come in there. And, I want to let you know that does not get shared with anybody on my team. The only things that are shared on my team are information that needs to be investigated with. I will send that off. I will send that to our team chat. So just know we are hearing you, but because I'm the one handling it and I'm getting about 100 emails so a day, that we that I am going through them. So you can imagine that we're doing research, we're collaborating, we're strategizing, and then I have the emails to go through. So that's why I'm getting a little behind. But I promise you, I am going to take time to go through each and every one of those emails, get those out. Thank you guys for the emails, and just keep the leads coming. We need the leads coming because you are, at the end of the day, part of the team. And you guys, one head, it just doesn't do it. Two heads just doesn't do it. But look, we got 322 people in this chat room right now and watching this video. And think about it. That's 322 people and 325 people that are keeping their eyes on the pulse in this case, that are remembering things that other people forget about. And it just works out so well. It works out so well. We're really able to help. We are Summer's Army in this case, and we are pushing this forward. There are some things that, good afternoon, Jenny. Hey. Oh, thank you, Safari Dream. Thank you. Yeah, I try to, there are some, Quinny said letters are sent. So let me just do just a little rundown. So on my YouTube page, under the community, you have to scroll down. It'll say hashtag Justice for Summer Wells. Under that, gloves are off. Under that, letter to prosecutor and judge. So Dawn Wells actually has a court hearing coming up February 7th, 2022. And we are the voices of Summer Wells. And we want to make sure that he has had a lengthy, which we're going to be going over here just shortly. He has a lengthy 30-year criminal history across multiple states. And we want to make sure that he is sitting behind bars. He should not be able to hit another crack pipe. He should not be able to drink another beer. He should not be able to have another high or get another drunk. He is a horrible gentleman that needs to be brought to justice. And you know what? At the end of the day, enough's enough. I mean, we reviewed here publicly with all of you guys his criminal history just in Hawkins County alone. And they have allowed him to get away with some serious charges. And it really just burns my grits, because these charges, had he been in jail, maybe some of these things would have altered some of the stuff going forward, so much so, the alteration of events where maybe Summer wouldn't have gone missing and presumably dead. Okay, guys. And I kind of think that there was a failure in the justice system. Okay, just to let you know, my email is bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm trying to make sure that everything is to Bullhorn Betty. So I just want to let you know, for those that would like to send leads, all those things. Yes, that is bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Again, guys, we are the coffee club here. I drink coffee literally all day. So it doesn't matter whether we're up at 5 o'clock in the morning or hanging out at 10 o'clock at night. There's always a cup of Joe in my hand. So we just want to make sure that we're fighting for these victims. So today, as you guys could tell on the the title of this, we're discussing Dawn Wells again. We're going to move on to Candace. I mean, Candace has got some skeletons in her closet too, as we all know. The Coffee Mafia. I love it. We should call ourselves the Coffee Justice Mafia, so we don't sound like we're a bunch of heathens. But yes, thank you. I love you guys. You guys are wonderful. And we're definitely, I just want to get this up. Oh, look at that. Everybody get your cup of coffee. We're going to be going into a great segment here soon. We're going to be going into a great segment soon. Thank you. Yeah, we know we've gotten notice. We know, because we're really ticking a lot of YouTubers off that have had the luxury of sitting, and some of those YouTubers, I don't want to knock all YouTubers. Let me just explain very quickly. So people understand, we need people at home, to call and answer our questions. So the idea that every YouTuber out there needs to be out in the field, they don't. Some of them are monitoring this stuff, that are beautiful web sleuths that are feeding us information while we have heels on the ground in certain locations. So what I'm about to say, is not applied to every YouTuber across the World Wide Web. These are related to the YouTubers that think that just now looking at news clips and commentating are the way to go. We are kind of setting a new bar because we are getting out there as investigative journalists, not just, armchair journalists, investigative journalists, literally investigative journalists that go out there and find the information, literally knock on doors and ask questions. We want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. By us being in front of these people, we get a lot of information, not just what's coming out of their mouth, right? We can watch all day long. Like right now, you can't see what my hands are doing. A tool in reading body language is involuntary movement, okay? And the blinking, we can see on TV. What we can't see, like what you guys are looking at right now, is you can't see the involuntary movement that I'm doing from my chest down. That's my hands, that's my legs, that's my feet, that's my, any kind of twitching that I may be doing, any kind of things that I would be reading on somebody's body. You cannot see that online. You have to see that in person to identify whether that person is being truthful and correct. It's not about just the information coming out of their mouth. It's not about just how the information is coming out of their mouth. So when I'm out there, and I ask a few questions myself when I'm out there because my team doesn't always know what I'm going to ask. And there may be some questions that come up that my team has not asked. So I'll ask questions, but 90% of the time when I'm out there with our team and our team is asking questions to witnesses, is I am the observant one. I'm observing hand movements. I'm observing eye movements. I'm observing blinking. I'm observing how often that they move from side to side, how often they change feet, how often, their feet tap, or, they cross their legs, if they're sitting down. I really have to read those things because those are the things that help tell us whether somebody is being truthful. It's the involuntary body movement. When somebody's saying no and their head's bobbing yes, sometimes that involuntary movement is key to information. And it allows us to bring not only their interview to you, it allows us to let you know our opinion of that interview, whether that was a truthful interview or not. And in some cases, that interview may be part true and fabricated. And by reading people's body language and their involuntary movement, it allows us to decide which segments of that interview were factual and which segments of that interview appear to be not factual or made up or lies or manipulated. You can find out a lot just by, I don't know, Tara, I don't know what's going on with Natasha Cooper. I did hear a little bit about it, but again, I stay out of the drama. I really don't care. If people want to listen to fabrication and lies, that's what I got somebody calling. I'm going to have to ignore it if that's any of you guys. I can't pick up the phone when I'm on live. And so, sorry, I'm eating. This is my first meal of the day. And it's breakfast of champions. I love this stuff. I love it. I can't help it. And crackers. So, at any rate, we're already in 20 minutes. We got about 433 people here. So, Yep, Miss Fletcher, you're absolutely right. I think we're kind of, solidifying that in a lot of people's minds, that we're keeping that stuff at the door. There's one or two people that come in here and shout out something stupid, but that's okay. We'll catch them when they do, and we will block them. So what I'm going to tell all my moderators that are in this channel today is that if you see somebody that you have to time out, if they're just vile and they're just trying to distract, I need you to, we have the option of the personal message, private message. Actually, I don't have the private messages on this end. I have to open the YouTube, which I'm not going to do. What I need you to do is keep posting their name in the chat until I let you know that they've been permanently blocked Oh, thank you, Raven. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. But I want you guys just to, time them out, see if that helps clean them up, or have them move on. If they can continue to be disruptors in the chat and just try to distract from the case and the information, we want them blocked. We don't want them in here doing that. So if everybody wants to, keep it clean, I'm happy for you guys to go down this journey with me. We are going to be breaking in. I've been trying to tell people for a little minute just how dangerous. Don Wells, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm thinking of buffalo chicken dip. Don Wells is over his 30 years. We are peeling back the layer of onions. So there is no masking who the real Don Wells is. I think that's important, not just to you, but I know law enforcement watches these pages. They watch us because we're out there and they want to monitor what we're doing. So we're not, stepping on their crap or putting out information that they don't know about. So they do watch us. Believe me, they do watch us. And yes, thank you. Thank you. So we are making sure that we're peeling back this layer of onion. And we want to make sure that we hold, law enforcement is transparent and we hold them accountable. Because the way I see it right now, between the kids drinking, the abuse of the animals, the uncharged DUIs, the uncharged physical abuse upon child endangerment. These are all charges that have not been brought forth against Candace Wells or Don Wells. And it, again, burns my grits that we do not have these people behind bars for something. What law enforcement is doing by trying to have them out, maybe probably monitoring their calls, monitoring their movements, monitoring this, that, and the other, is not working. If it was working, it would have worked 6 months ago. It would have worked 6 months ago. Now it's time for a new strategy for law enforcement. And we here at Bullhorn Betty and the team collectively, again, we're all independent. So I recommend, if you guys aren't associated with Chronicles, if you guys haven't subscribed to Chronicles of Olivia's page, or Jonathan Lee Riches, which is on YouTube. He does videos. He doesn't go live, but he does videos. We want to show him some love on his account. And then, of course, Molly Go Lightly on her account. We definitely want to support the team as a whole. I am Bullhorn Betty, as you know. Oh, thank you, Bo. I am Bullhorn Betty, as you know. And we do work very hard to collectively and independently. Remember, we all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. We bring them together. We make this beautiful round pie. With one link missing, we wouldn't roll like a well-oiled machine. So with all four of us, dedicating ourselves to these cases, it's what really brings these cases to life. If one person was missing from the team, it wouldn't work as well as it does. So I'm not saying it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work as well as it does. And we like well-oiled machines. It keeps everybody moving in the right direction. It keeps information flowing. So this is some information that our investigator, as many of you guys know, we have an amazing investigative team headed by Jonathan Lee Riches. And, he gives us the information and shares the information with all of you on a daily. So make sure you're also watching him on Twitter. He's always coming up with something. There is some, he's very effective in getting the paperwork that we need. He is a strategist. He is an investigative journalist, and he knows how to work FOIA requests. There's FOIA just about in some way, shape, or form in every state. FOIA is basically Freedom of Information Act. In the state of Florida, it's called the Florida Sunshine Law. Florida Sunshine Law. So, each state has some form of records requests, and some of those records cost money to get. Some of the records are free of charge if they're given to us electronically. Some of them are free of charge if it's within like a half an hour or less. So sometimes it takes a little minute to get these records requests in, because we have to parse it down to half an hour requests. What I mean by half an hour request, that means that their search team at the county, state, city have to be able to find that information that we're requesting within 30 minutes or less in order to get those documents for free. In some cases, in some cases where things are flowing really quickly and we just need the documents, we will fork over whatever it costs to get those documents. And some of those documents cost in thousands. We've done that in the past. It was prior to YouTube. It was prior to, us being kind of in the spotlight with Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. But now that we're here, we try to utilize because, we are doing this full time. We're 100% supported by donors, and we try to keep our costs in check and not get away. So we will do whatever whatever it takes. I don't know if he had to fork out money for these records or not, but he gave them to me, and we're going to be going over them. Again, sorry for eating. I'm having an addiction to buffalo chicken dip, and this is my first meal of the day. Buffalo chicken dip and coffee. So good. Okay. Good, Pearl. Make sure you go over there. Yeah. I bet they did. I bet they did. I bet you learned a lot in that forensic class. I guarantee it, because there were so many. The Dr. Phil show really got them out of their shell. You know what I'm saying? So that Dr. Phil show, believe it or not, even though Candace walked off, was so revealing. Even her walking off was so revealing. And if you guys have an opportunity and have not watched that Dr. Phil segment, there's 2 parts. They're both about a half an hour or 45 minutes. Don't look at the 5-minute ones. There's a lot of 5-minute ones on YouTube, but you can actually find the 2 parts, 1 and 2. They're a half hour or more, right around a half hour. I don't know if it's more or less, but right around a half hour. I behoove each of you guys to watch it. And actually, they have some of the best human lie detector tests in the business on that show with them. But you will see that, and I don't know if Olivia has sent that out yet or not, but we were discussing it as we were watching the Dr. Phil show. And as I was talking, which made me feel good, it made me realize that, I do understand this stuff. But as we were talking, I'd pause it and I'd say, this is what I have a problem with. Well, then when you played it a little further, they've stopped it on Dr. Phil, and their human lie detector tests were saying just about the same thing I was saying. And it was literally the first time I was watching it. So I realized that I am kind of, I've got knowledge of body language, reading body language, movement. And, it is a skill. It's a skill. And it's a lot of common sense. It's a lot of intuition that goes along with it, but it's also a lot of understanding of the body, the brain. The brain is key in this, because a lot of people don't realize that your brain is bigger than you, and it controls every single spot on your body, from your fingers down to your toes and everything in between. So you have a lot of involuntary movements that you don't even realize you're doing when you're being questioned, when you're telling the truth, when you're lying. You don't realize that your body's doing these weird things that you have no idea is happening. So it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. The brain is a beautiful thing. The brain is a beautiful thing. So let's get into why we are all here, shall we? So as you know, we are peeling back the layer. We are removing the curtain of this unknown man called Donald Wesley Wells Jr. This gentleman was born November 14th, 1964. And it is very important, because of the fact that his daughter is missing. It is very important for us to reveal who he truly is, so he cannot play victim. Me personally, do not believe that Summer Wells walked off that property and got lost. I do not believe that she was abducted. So we are doing everything we can to get these people off the street and behind bars, whether or not it has to do with Summer Wells. And it takes the help of everybody out there, our entire audience, collectively, to help us do that. So I'm going to share with you guys my page. Let me get this. We're going to go to that in just a second. Let me get over here. So I have my YouTube page up. Let me see if I got my YouTube page up. No, I just got Twitter. Okay. So let me go over here. We're going to get some things brought up. I'm going to have to get this. Let move this over here. I want to make sure everybody knows where we're at on YouTube. So on my channel, this is not my channel, this is kind of my page. So on my channel, you have a bunch of tabs right here. The letter that I'm asking everybody to mail to the prosecutor as well as the judge is under the community tab right there, okay? And then once you get there, you're going to have to scroll down just a little bit. You're going to have to scroll down just a little bit because I have some other postings. I was sharing some Chronicles of Olivia postings, some updates from Tiffany Marie, another Chronicles of Olivia. And, you know, we were just rolling out the information about our members only. You know, we appreciate all the support that you guys have been able to provide us. But here is the letter right here. It says, Justice for Summer Wells, gloves are off, letter to prosecutor and judge. So here's the letter. Now, as you notice, if you guys are just printing this out, or cut and pasting it, you might want to change the date on it because it says December 15th. Today is December 19th. Probably by the time it gets in or you print it out, it's going to be December 20th. So we want to make sure that we do that. Now, I just wanted to show you guys, a lot of people don't realize how easy it is to cut and paste this. It's easier to do it on a computer than not. What you do is you highlight the whole thing. You go into the highlighted area, you right mouse click, and it gives you the option to copy right there. So we're going to copy. Now you want to go over to your Word document, your notes, whatever you want to do. I need to get my, I had to reset my computer, so now I've got to download. This is only a temporary. And then all you do is you right mouse click again. Oops, hold on. Right mouse click again, and it gives you paste options. So you can paste in different formats. I would select this one because this one's basically that, and it'll go in there. It's got extra spacing in it, but if you want something that's simple and easy, just do that. And all you have to do to get that bottom piece up is just go over here and delete. And then you can go in here and delete an extra space. So it's all on two pieces of paper. Like I've told many, it's 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps. Everybody has been asking how they can help make a difference in this fight against for Summer Wells, against Dawn Wells and Candace Wells, which we believe is responsible for her disappearance and possible death. So that's where it's at. I wanted to give you guys all a heads up on how to cut and paste that, the easiest way to do it. And so you guys can get this letter off. You guys are more than welcome to take the address and the style of the case and write your own heartfelt letter to the judge. But you don't have to look this stuff up if that's the route you want to go, because we are doing that for you. We've got the information. We got the addresses. We just need you to put something in the mail and fight for Summer Wells. Fight for Summer Wells. That's what it's all about here. Everything we're doing here is about Summer Wells. Make no mistake. Going after her father is one tool and pressure campaign that we are utilizing here because we believe he has information that will lead to her being found. And there's nothing that you can do or say to convince me otherwise. I believe Candace Bly, Candace Wells, Candace Harrer, Candace Bly and Candace Wells are the same person. Candace Harrer is the grandmother, Candace Bly's mom. And I believe Dawn Wells. Now, we did get information, confirmed information that Dawn Wells was seen at work the day Summer disappeared. However, we are now receiving information that he actually may have went home early. So there are some things that are coming to light when we're looking at this collectively, because we heard some stuff at the beginning. You know, now that we got in here, now that we've actually interviewed people, now that we really have an understanding of what transpired that day, we're going back to previous interviews and reviewing them next to the legitimate and corroborated information that we now have. And we're trying to find the holes in the story. And it appears that Dawn Wells may have actually been at home that afternoon. So I'm still working on confirming that, but I did confirm he did go to work. He went to work that morning. So we're confirming whether he was home or whether he legitimately rushed home at 5:30, 6:30 at night. So that's where our problem lies. Either way, we believe he had a hand in it. Sorry, guys. You guys gonna have to see me being moo-moo today because I'm hungry. So, also, before we get into his criminal background, I don't know if you guys noticed, and I hate bringing this up because BK lost his sister. I'm sure many of you guys know this. He lost his sister from a drug overdose. And I'm not going to knock on him because for a little bit, you know, what we do on YouTube to each other is something totally different. When it comes to our families, we need to take a back seat. And especially when it comes to, as many of you know, I'm a recovering addict. I was an addict for about 6 months before I sought help. It only took me 6 months to almost destroy my life. And I actually had, I died. I died at one point and I had to be resuscitated. So, that was kind of the change because I had a great life. Then I got with a bad mix of people. I mean, I had a rough life, but it was a decent life. Okay. I'm not going to lie about that. I never, was on Skid Row until I mixed a lot of heavy drugs into it. And by 2007, I was seeking help. 2007, I had, like I said, I had almost died. And by 2008, I was into 2007, I was in recovery. And by 2008, I had a minor relapse, and I've been clean and sober ever since. However, there is something in me when it comes to overdoses, okay? Because it's sad, but for the grace of God, there go I. So when it comes to those types of things, I'm not going to sit there and trash somebody. I mean, I'm going to leave the trash talking for another day. Does this mean the dispute and stuff is over with? No, it doesn't. It just means that I have integrity and character to allow somebody to grieve the loss of their sister, because at the end of the day, whether you're on drugs or not, you still have a whole family that loves you. We all believe that BK, based upon his erratic behavior and the way he acts, up and down, hot and cold, over and over, those are telltale signs that he himself is struggling with a drug addiction. And if that truly is the case, I hope he does seek help, especially in light of seeing his sister lose her life. And I hope he does get it if he needs it. I believe in 90 meetings in 90 days. I believe in getting a sponsor, and I believe in working the program. And I also believe in changing people, places, and things, and not putting yourself in a vulnerable position as you're getting clean. So I'm hoping that if that's the case, he gets help. I do wish him the best. Our condolences go out to him and his family. And but this has, even though I'm about to bring him up, this has nothing to do. This is not in any way to, poke at him or anything like that, because this was part of my segment. Unfortunately, he happens to be part of it, and it's going to be factual. So Candace Wells, as you know, when BK went to the mountain, when we were down there searching for Summer Wells, he was up there. He was with Candace a lot alone. I don't want to say, what happened. I don't want to allude to what happened because that's an assumption that I have no factual information on. What I can tell you, though, is that she put out this video. Somebody was video and recorded her or something, and her face was just, she is in love with BK. I mean, whenever you look at past behavior, Candace, when she was sleeping with Jose Raymond, remember we were discussing the charges, the October 14th, 2020 charges that Don had there in Hawkins County, Tennessee. And it was because he came home and caught Candace with a man named Jose Raymond. Jose Raymond was Allie, that's Macbeth's mother's boyfriend, that Candace Bly / Wells took from her friend. That's, everybody has a bro code. There's also a hoe code. I hate using the hoe code. It just happens to rhyme. We all know what it is. We have, you don't mess with a friend's boyfriend, period. Even if they break up, you don't go, that's just something you don't do. But either way, Candace was with Jose while she was being left home months on end. And that's what got Dawn Wells charged. Anyways, during that time, she started putting these love songs on, these mushy posts, these things. What I've noticed is those things are starting to happen again after Benny has left. And if you see that video of her face, women know the look of puppy love. We know that look. And she is gushing all over BK, and not in a, oh my God, he's my friend, I love him type of way. So I don't know what happened. I don't want to know what happened. All I know is you don't get those love eyes like that just because somebody's there helping you. I'm just saying. I mean, her and Jose were, doing the dirty for her to get like that. So it's definitely possible. And why Dawn stays with her, knowing she's bopping every Tom, Dick, and Harry, is beyond me. It really is. I don't get it. What does she have that he is so in love with her that he doesn't mind sharing her with all these men? She has been passed around and passed around and passed around. I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe he doesn't mind. Maybe he likes to watch. I mean, I don't know. People are creepy and freaky like that. I have no idea. It just blows my mind. So I really, really, truly don't get it. I think there was something something weird went on. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. All I know is that she appears to be absolutely head over heels in love with him. It makes you wonder why. I'm sorry. I don't have those puppy dog eyes. It's hard for me to get those puppy dog, eyes and gushing love songs and all that other stuff unless something happens. That's me personally. Who knows? Maybe she hit on him. Maybe he turned her down. And she's just in love with him and infatuated with him. I don't know. I'm just thinking that I really truly believe that they were doing drugs up there. They were definitely drinking. I heard them hooting and hollering from on the other side of Beach Creek Road. We could hear them down there. There's the road. This is the mountain up to their house, and we're on the other side, on the other median over there, and we could hear everything that was going on up there. And it was a lot of hoot hollering. It was a lot of fun going on up there. It was just not of what you would expect when you're going to help, look for a 5-year-old girl. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to say that because that is 100% factual and 100% true, whether or not, somebody lost a sister or not. I can't stop my show because somebody lost their sister. It's sad. And I give him and his family condolences. Truly, even though we have this huge YouTube beef, I didn't know who he was, but for the grace of God, there go I. So with that being said, there are just some weird things going on in that realm. In Arkansas, in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Washington County Sheriff, Dawn Wells, another part of his criminal past, is rearing its ugly head. We are digging deep. We want to know who this man is, what he is capable of, and based upon the information we're seeing from multiple states, he is capable of just about anything. So we're going to share the screen. We're going to share some mug shots as we move forward. Yeah, I like that. I like that view a little bit better. I wonder if I can move this around. No, I can't. Let me see what I can do. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just looking at some options I have. So this is some information about him. He's 6 foot tall. He weighs 200 pounds at this time. Now he was held for release. He could not be released. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you for becoming a new member. I really do appreciate it. He was being held. That means that even if they would not allow him to bond out on this. His charges are right here, including loitering. And see, he had a hold for other departments, no bond. So they could not release him. Misdemeanor, community, some other stuff here. So this was back in 2006, I believe. Let's see where my dates are. Yes, 2006, July 2006. So and this is not, I mean, his criminal history goes back pretty far. We are working on getting the affidavits for these complaints. And there he is. He looks like he's got some problems. I mean, look at his eyes. His eyes are bloodshot red. He looks like he had been up for a few days. He's got some bagging and sagging under his eyes. You know, his face. You see how red? His face is a little. It's got a lot of red in it. The red shows not in all cases, but it's a telltale. It's a telltale sign that somebody drinks an awful lot. So even back here in 2006, he was drinking an awful lot. So yes, his criminal history goes back to his teenage years. You're absolutely right. So that's him. He, again, is a criminal, and we want to make sure that we have his criminal history up for each and every one of you. So that's just one. Here's another booking fact sheet that's coming your way. It's coming over here. Let's move it over here. Sorry, I only got 2 screens. I think I'm going to end up having to get a third monitor just so I can run this thing, because we cover so much actual information on here. You know, it's a little more than just, again, commentating on information. We're actually seeking the information and doing analysis, and actually going out and getting interviews from eyewitnesses to this. Some of the stuff we're late to the game on, but you know what I found? Like even Allie, we had over Allie, her mom, and her grandmother. We had over an hour of a conversation with her, and people that flocked to their house at the very beginning got misleading and information. Like I was looking at Macbeth's interview, and we're going to be doing another segment on that probably tomorrow or the next day, going through his and showing the deception in some of his his comments to Chris McDonough, because now that we have information, I'll show you the difference between the relaxed language of the interviews that we got and the sometimes some of the stuff he said was truthful and factual and correct. Then you also heard some parts where he's distancing himself. That's a key for people that don't want to get in trouble. When they know something's happening, they start distancing themselves from the situation and, making up facts as they're going. So it appears that they had no wrongdoing in there. He's a 15-year-old boy. No matter what happened, he has no wrongdoing. He was a kid just like anybody else. It was the parents. It was Candace and Grandis that are the only people to blame in this scenario, and possibly Don for helping after the fact. I really, truly believe. And we're going to go through more of that in another segment, probably in the next day or two. I got to get all the information written out and some bullet points set so I can explain it all to you and easy to digest information. So I just want to tell you guys that is forthcoming. It's going to be a very good podcast, live podcast for me. And I hope you guys do come and watch it. I'll try to do it in the evening and then rerun it again in the morning. So everybody, no matter what part of the world you're in, you'll be able to watch it. It's going to be very, very, very good. So we're going to keep going. Yes, his yawning was overloading pink butterfly, but that actually, believe it or not, was in some cases, I've got to go back because that actually is a telltale sign of how he acts when he's telling the truth or when he's being deceptive. So we're going to talk about that. So it's going to be very interesting. for us to go through this, and it'll help you guys. It'll help you guys in the future. I promise. Whenever you're dealing with somebody and you see certain signs, you see certain things, I will show you that. I can't teach you everything I know, but I can teach you some things that I know, so you're able to call BS when people are BSing you. It's an art. It's an art that you have to do and you have to work with. So here's the other one. This one was from 7/20. So not too many days after that other one. And here he is again. He gets out of jail when he shouldn't have. And he goes out and commits a burglary. So he went to jail for loitering. He was held. He could not be released because of other department holds. He finally gets out, and a few days later, guess what? He's charged with burglary. And guess what? He was able to bond out. It makes me furious. It makes me furious. And look at him. Eyes glassy again. Looks like he's been up for days. Look at that. Bags and everything. This man's a career criminal. He's a career criminal. And they should have stopped him when they had an opportunity. You know, the 3-strike laws are in just about every state. I had an opportunity to speak with Jonathan Lee Riches, which is, you know, I have an AA in paralegal studies. It's not a BS, but it's an AA. And I do, at least with that, I'm able to review case law. I'm able to review statutes. I'm able to, you know, follow criminal procedures in all the states. I know where to look for it. I know, you know, I have the background of this. I'm able to do my own legal research. But Jonathan has a very great mind. He did a lot more litigation than I did, as you know. World record holder, as a matter of fact. You know, so no matter how somebody believes about him, he's still a valued part of the team that can really easily give information and at least guide me, so I'm not taking up days and hours of my time looking for this stuff. And at the end of the day, you know, we were talking about this 3-strike laws that almost every state has, but it's hard to do 3-strike laws in these states. Like Utah may not have a 3-strike law. California may have a 3-strike law. But if the felony was not committed or the crime was not committed in California, they can't pull 3 strikes from another state, which is a way for them, you know, to bounce from state to state and get away with some of this stuff. And this may be the very reason why Don Wells went to so many different states over the 30 years, you know, fleeing his crimes, fleeing his criminal record to start over with a blank page in a different state. This is concerning to me. This is a law that really, really bothers me. And he was able, this guy, people think he's just this slow, uneducated, you know, hillbilly mountain man from Tennessee that doesn't know whether to wind his butt or scratch his watch. So I'm going to say I do not have that opinion of him. I think this man's very cunning. He's very conniving. He's very manipulative. I see who he is. I do not underestimate this man when many people do. I do not underestimate this man. Everybody, if you haven't, go follow Jonathan Lee Riches on Twitter. He's an excellent source of information. He's a very good investigative journalist. I don't care what his past is. His past is his past. This man's turned over a new leaf. He's turned his life over to God. And he is by far one of the smartest men I personally know. And if you allow your prejudice, his past prejudice to get to you, you know, him going and doing, even that one shooter guy, he was an investigative journalist. He was proving that these media sources do not vet their information before they went on. And there's no way to do that without proving it. And he proved it with that skit, with that thing. So it wasn't to hinder or hurt anybody. It was to prove a point with mainstream media. And I think he did a damn good job with that stunt. People talk about, a lot of the stuff that he's done in his past. Again, his past is his past. He's turned his life over to God, and he is by far one of the best investigative journalists and best web sleuths I have had the honor and the privilege and the pleasure of working with. So no matter how you feel about Jonathan Lee Riches, the stuff he's putting out, it's factual, it's good information. If you're going to allow your personality differences to hinder you from getting factual information, that's on you. However, I would behoove you to lay down the swords, realize what he's doing is great work, realize what he's doing is God's work, and support him as he does this kind of work moving forward. He's great at what he does, and he's actually a really, really wonderful, kind, and humble person. And I hope each and every one of you get the opportunity to see him in that light, as I do. Working with him side by side. So thank you. I'm sure he appreciates hearing that. Again, he is great. And I hope you guys, I am sure he feels the love, and I'll make sure that he personally hears it, that you guys do love and care for him and appreciate the work he's doing. So anyways, as we know that this guy's getting on here, this is just a few days later, and here he is committing another burglary. This is the kind of man Donald Wells is. This is the kind of man. We will not allow him to continue to get away with this conduct. I want to make sure that he is exposed, folks. I want to make sure you know exactly who this man is. Okay? Donald Wesley Wells Jr., born 11/14/1964, is no dummy. He's conniving. He's manipulative. He's cunning. He has manipulated and thwarted the criminal justice system for over 30 years and across multiple states. Think about that. That's not something a dummy can do. I guarantee you, I'm pretty smart, and I probably wouldn't be able to pull this off. Wouldn't want to, but I guarantee you, and I'm a female. I'm a female, and I don't get this kind of luxury. So not too far after the July 2006, what is it? 9 months later, here we are again. 9 months later in Arkansas, here we are again. Now we know why he was loitering and why he's burglarizing people, right? Possession of controlled substance, public intoxication, loitering, failure to appear. So that means he failed to even go to the court hearings on his other cases. This is the kind of man we are dealing with. And he's been doing this for many years. He's a professional criminal, folks. A professional criminal. And now his daughter is missing. And I don't understand why the state of Tennessee cannot find some charges for him and Candace to be thrown in jail over. Like I sat down and listed at least 5 or 6 different charges for both Candace and Don Wells to be arrested for today that would require them to be in jail today. I don't understand why they won't arrest them. Why are they allowing them to do drugs, get drunk, get high, fight, bring all this chaos, never once look for their daughter, never once care to find out where she really is, has no problem getting drunk every single night and going on these podcasts and screaming belligerent comments to the people providing these platforms for them to get Summer's name out and ask them questions. They don't want to answer the questions. They don't want to answer the questions. And when somebody does ask them a question that they don't want to answer, They want to call them the N word. They want to tell them to go F themselves, B word, C word, anything that they can throw at them, arguing with them, telling them they don't know what the heck they're talking about, and da 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 da, and this, that, and the other. Just vile individuals. Vile individuals. Thank you for the update, Sunshine. So again, it comes back at the beginning of this live. I was explaining to you guys that we have to, as Summers Army, be proactive. We need to get him locked up. And this is the first step. We are bringing our case to TBI. We are protesting in front of TBI. It's all above board. It's legitimate. And one person said, I don't want to be arrested. You cannot be arrested for a lawful protest, a lawfully peaceful protest. I want to make sure it's very clear to the people that are coming. We are not here to belittle TBI. We're not here to cuss at them. We're not here to make a mockery. We are here to bring our case to their feet and demand justice for Summer Wells. We're giving them the opportunity. Like I said at the beginning, we know law enforcement watches our pages. We know because we are getting information. We are turning information over. They want to make sure that we're turning all the information that we're receiving over. And so they will be monitoring our case, just our pages, just in case we are able to provide them new information. So I know they know we're coming. And quite frankly, I know that they got to be a little concerned because we have a plethora of information. We have a plethora of current charges both parents could be charged with today. And we have a plethora of support backing our movement, backing this army for Summer Wells. Tara, that's what I've been saying. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to get them apart. You have to get them apart. You got to break that family structure down. You have to. You have to. Get Donald Wells in there, and Donald had nothing to do with the disappearance of his daughter, but knows something about it and thinks Candace is out screwing. Well, I wouldn't say thinks because she does. Thinks Candace is out, bopping a guy because she most likely will be, right? We all know that. She can't keep her britches on. When Dawn's back's turned, her britches are on the floor. That's been the problem in their all this domestic stuff, is because she can't keep her legs closed. He knows as soon as he goes to jail, her legs are going to be open for somebody else. He knows it. Get him in jail. Let him get the rumors that she's out bopping this guy, that guy, and another guy, and he's not going to stay quiet any longer. He's going to tell him everything she did to that child. Everything. If nothing more, just to make sure she's behind bars right along with him. Yeah, we did. We were watching. I didn't see it. I saw the previews of Gabby Petito. I did see the previews of Gabby Petito, and it was a Peacock thing. I tried to find it, and it looked like a couple of people on YouTube hijacked the video and said they had the whole hour and 30 minutes of the video. And so you play it, and then they just they refer you over to a BitChute, so you have to pay $1. I would not recommend anybody doing that. First of all, it could, one, be a scam, and secondly, they're stealing somebody's content, and they're stealing money out of Gabby Petito Foundation's pockets. And I hope you guys, if you guys do have it and you guys have a link for it, I'm happy to watch it. But so far, I'm not going to be spending my dollars, not going to go to anybody else but to the family of Gabby to watch that, or watch it online with the actual people that did it, so they can get the credit for the advertisements and things of that nature. Jay's thoughts. I don't believe that was Candace. It didn't sound like Candace's voice at all. I think it was alleged because it looked so much like Candace, but I don't think it was her. I don't. And actually, as a matter of fact, the lady that was at the pool with Benny reached out to Marissa and identified herself. So we know who it was in that pool. I'm not gonna say it on here, but we do know who was in that pool, and it was not Candace Wells. Oh, yeah, Ronnie girl, you can text me or send me a an email. You know my email, and I'd like to watch it. I really would, but again, I don't want to do anything like pay a BitChute and make somebody else $1 every time. And I can't even imagine. Can you imagine if one person or if 1 million people went to that BitChute account, you just took $1 million from the advertising that the company could have gotten, which that advertising money is going to some portion to help missing children or even Gabby Petito Foundation. So yeah, I wouldn't mind the login. Thank you so much. That would be wonderful. I do want to watch it though. So I thank you for that. So again, just peeling back the layer of onion on Donald Wells, this idea that he is this father that cared for his daughter. How can you be a father that cares for your daughter when you stay drunk and drugged up every single minute of every single day? The only time that man's probably even remotely sober, and he's still probably hungover from the night before, is when he's at work. And on this day, we did get confirmation that he was at work at some point. But we're also receiving information now that he was home, that he went home a lot earlier than he alleged. So as soon as I get that corroborated by multiple sources, right now it's just an allegation, and but it could be a potentially factual allegation. So I wanted to make sure that you knew about that, and I'll let you know whether it was true or not true once it's corroborated. Yes, Jay thought that is correct. Benny's wife was arrested for tampering with evidence at some point. That it has been confirmed by our investigative team. So yes, that is. However, I would like to make sure that we keep just at this point. We can bring this up in a couple more days related to Benny and his wife and his dealings. We can do that in a few more days. We're just going to give Benny a break and let him, grieve the loss of his sister. I think it's only proper. I doubt he would show me the same courtesy if the shoe was on the other foot. But at the end of the day, I have integrity and I have character, and I just would like to really back off Benny just for a couple days. We're not taking the gloves off. We're just putting the gloves down while we take a break ringside. You know what I'm saying? And freshen up. So let's just, I got Peacock for free. Great. I don't know how to search for that particular thing. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. This is true. This is a true statement. On Marissa's page, Molly Go Lightly, she had an opportunity. She asked them what her birth date was. Asked her what her birthday was. He was all drunk. I don't know. So he hollers back to Candace, what is Summer's birthday? The mother that pushed that child out of her vagina has no idea what day she did that. That to me is sad. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. We are the voice of Summer Wells, not her parents. That's okay, Jay. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. Our investigative team has confirmed that is true, though. But I just wanted to just let you know that we need to. I just want to make sure that we're a drama-free zone here. I mean, I should say drama-free for now. If at some point we need to. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it. Thank you for your love and support. We really do appreciate it. We just want to just kind of sit back. Yes, I agree. Thank you. I see you. I see all your stuff. If you didn't hear me earlier, I've got like a plethora. It's my new word for the day. Plethora. Everybody go look up that word. We're going to start having some English education up in here. But I have so many emails. I'm getting to each of them. I want you guys to keep rolling them in. At some point, I'm going to get caught up on them. So just keep, if you guys have information, you have leads, you have anything, I do check these things out myself. And I will forward the ones that need to be forwarded over to whatever teammate handles that particular type of thing. If you guys have private information you want to give me to keep private, I just want to let you know I do not have anybody else reading those emails but myself. And so anything that's confidential or private, it does not leave that email and does not get distributed. So just to let you know, and if there is something, even a lead that you want to make sure that I share, and I share alone without your information on it, because sometimes I just forward it over to my team. My team's very ethical. They're confidential. We try to protect our sources in any way that we can. So you don't have to worry about that. But some people give me private, they tell me private things about them and their family, or just some things that they find that they need to get off their chest, especially when we're dealing with emotional cases. And I just want to assure them that's not being shared with the team. I mean, unless you specifically say that you don't mind me sharing it with my team, I keep that 100% confidential. I read it. I tell you thank you. I may respond a different way, and I delete it so it stays confidential. So I just want to make sure you guys know that for the future. So getting on, this was just not too far away. So he actually stayed in the county jail for a little over 2 months. He was in there for a little over 2 months. Taking down this innocent person that he tries to claim that he is. This man is not innocent. He's a danger to society. He is a felon. He is a criminal with over 30 years of a criminal history, in many cases, very violent criminal history. And it stretches across many states. I think we're up to 5 or 6 different states, his criminal conduct. And those are the states that we know about. Those are the states he lived in. Can you imagine what other states? Bullhornbetty at Gmail. I am so lost. Bullhornbetty at Gmail. Can you imagine other states that he didn't live in, that he was just passing through or working in or going and visiting a friend? How many other states? This is what's irritating to me. We should be having one system. I mean, we're going into 2022, folks, 2022. Why is not every state across this country linked to one central thing? And when, say, Jonathan Lee Riches goes and does a FOIA or record request on somebody's criminal history, why can't we go to one person and say, we want the criminal history over for this gentleman? His name, here's his name, here's his address, because you only need one address and they can figure out his date of birth. They can, even if you wanted to give him his date of birth, we usually have that. But if you give him an address, you give him several addresses, they should be able to know that this is the same Donald Wesley Wells Jr. for these crimes. And they should be able to give us one big package from across all the states that he's had a crime. And not only that, this would help this prosecution in prosecuting these cases. We need to do that for CPS too. Why are these computer systems in the year 2022 not linked so much so that it helps law enforcement, not hinders them? This is a hindrance. This is a hindrance. This is a hindrance, folks. And we need to be fighting. Everybody states, whenever you guys have these types of things come up to vote on, you guys need to start voting on them. We need to start linking the systems. You guys, those that are involved politically, or even if you're not involved politically, start getting involved politically. Start going to your county commissioners and saying, I need your help. Go to your sheriff's department. Have a meeting with them. Say, look, this is what we need to do. This is the direction we need to go. Start reaching out to your state house and House of Representatives of the House, as well as your Senate, your state Senate, and tell them this is what we need. We need to get done. We need to link these systems together. This is not working. This is not working. This is allowing too many people to skirt the law that jump from state to state. And yes, it's my opinion. I don't know what that was for. I have a lot of opinions on here. But at least my opinions are based upon me getting my butt up off my chair, flying out to Tennessee, speaking to people in Tennessee, not just sitting there and commentating on other people's work. So, no, I haven't seen Summer's birth certificate. I don't know if anybody else has seen Summer's birth certificate. As filthy as their house is, I doubt they'll ever find Summer's birth certificate. They'll have to order it from the state if they haven't done so already. So, yes, we need a Summers law. I think the Summers law needs to be linking CPS and linking criminal databases across the country, even with law enforcement, even like the DNA. I know they're working very hard on that, but they're not doing enough. They're not doing it quick enough. They need to be linking all this stuff together. I mean, these things it's necessary. We're going into 2022. My goodness, people can fly on a hoverboard over a freaking ocean, but you can't see what another state criminally has. How is that possible? We have cars that drive themselves down the flipping road, yet you can't see what's going on in Arkansas from Texas. What criminal history or what CPS issues they had over it. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Our country has got to get their priorities together, and safety is the priority of our political arenas on both sides. Everybody wants safe homes, safe schools, good paying job, affordable houses. That's what everybody wants. This system is right up that alley. We need to make sure that we are safe. The only way we are safe from criminals coming from, Alaska or Hawaii or Florida or New York into our counties is to have these systems linked together. And unfortunately, it's going to be a political fight to get this done. We need to have lobbyists. We need to have people pushing for this. But I do believe, yes, Summers Law, something in that arena, something with that name would be a great asset to the United States. It would be. I really, truly believe. Yeah, he has a clown tattoo. It's pretty fitting for him. Pretty fitting. All right. As we know, he had just gotten out of jail in May 2007. And not even 6 months later, he was taken to jail again. So it seems like every 6 months, he's taken to jail. And he's released the very next day. And DWI and drugs. DWI and drugs. DWI and drugs. National Child Abuse Registry. Absolutely. And anybody that's ever had their children permanently removed from their residence should never be able to have children again without going to the courts and working 1,000 times harder to prove why they should have these kids. Because I do believe in second chances, folks. Don't get me wrong. I believe in second chances. But what Candace Wells did wasn't second chances. That was probably more deplorable than the first chance she got. Her house was probably cleaner and less chaotic than this time. We'll probably find that out. Can you believe Candace has never reached out to either one of her children from her previous relationship that were taken from her? Not one time. She never tried to find them. She never tried to get them back. She acted like they didn't even exist. Isn't that, it's just disgusting. That's how she thought of children. And it shows with these children. She didn't care about her daughter. She didn't even want her daughter. Hell, if the price was right, she wouldn't even have her daughter. She's a sick woman. She's a sick, sick woman. And so is Don. Don is a sick individual. He should be arrested, and he should be made to sleep on the concrete floor like they made Summer. Keep going. Let's keep going, folks. We're not done yet. So November 17th is when he got out of jail the last time. So it seems like every 6 months he just keeps going back to jail. And this is before he moved. So I'm sure this kind of stuff went on. So now he's made it 10 months without having any problems. 10 months. But guess what? Back in jail again. Failure to pay fines and costs. So he didn't learn his lesson. He's too busy drinking. He's too busy drugging. The judge kept giving him a pass, kept giving him a pass. Our pass kept giving him a pass. And all those charges, the judge gave him a pass, slapped him on his hand, sent him out, and said, here, just, all you got to do is pay these fines and court costs. And he couldn't even freaking do that. Couldn't even do that. And these are just in one county. How many other counties in Arkansas do you think he lived or visited or was arrested in? This is only one county. I'm interested to find out how many more places he was arrested. Just frustrating. The system failed Summer. The system failed Summer. It is a shame. And there's nothing we can do about it but fight for her now. I want you guys to remember Summer saved her brothers. If it wasn't for Summer disappearing, her brothers would still be in that deplorable, despicable home. And yes, Brenda, we need justice. The world needs justice. Summer needs justice. This is just sad. And I do believe you. Yes, Jackie, I believe you. I sure do. Might be. We're still digging. We're still digging. So, you know, when we got people out there sympathizing with these lowlives, this man that has had a career of, you know, burglaries, forgeries, stealing and stolen property, multiple DUI. I bet you this man's probably racked up at least 10 DUIs, whether they've been prosecuted or not, or more. Think about that. This man would be sentenced to damn near life just on the DUIs alone. And here he is running the streets, being able to harm somebody else. And Tennessee doesn't think that this is a priority to get this man off the street. This man needs to be brought to justice. He needs to be taken off the streets. Law enforcement, if you're watching, we've got animal cruelty, child endangerment, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, serving alcohol to a minor. I mean, I can think of literally 10 things you can charge this man with right now. Right now. Under the statutes of limitations. Right now. Why isn't Candace in jail for serving Macbeth alcohol at the watering hole? Why? Giving him tobacco. Why? You guys can go into any convenience store and ruin somebody's life for not asking for ID. But here a woman is, this is not the first time she's fed children alcohol. This is not the first affidavit that alleged children being served alcohol at the hands of Donald Wells and Candace Bly. Why have they never been charged? Why is Donald Wells allowed to have, you guys have in your own affidavits in Hawkins County, his DUI? I don't think so. I think law enforcement out there is just freaking lazy. I think they're just plumb lazy. I think they're a poor city. They let people kind of do what they can do. They consider everything unless it's heinous. But you know what? These things build up to it. You're watching this man spiral out of control in your own county, and it takes his daughter disappearing before you guys realize how bad it is. And now it's too late. And now you have an opportunity to put this man behind jail, behind bars, where he deserves, where he belongs, including Candace, where she belongs. And you guys don't do a thing. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you. You guys don't do a thing. Nothing. All right, guys. Well, that is Arkansas. He is not a good guy. Loitering, burglaries, DUIs, drug possession, not paying his court costs when he gets slaps on the wrist, and then he asks us out of there. He decides to move. Time to go. Did as much damage as I can here. Time for me to get a fresh start. Let's turn the page. Let me start it all over again somewhere new. You know, when I first started this, I thought he was really stupid. You know, I thought he was this, didn't have a brain, didn't know what he was doing, not an educated guy, not a smart guy. But you know what? As I keep pulling back this layer of the onion, I realize just how much of a mastermind this guy is, how much of a manipulator this guy is, how much a con artist this guy is. He's conniving, cunning, a manipulator. I see you, Don Wells. I see you. I know exactly who you are now. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. Where's Summer? What did you do with your daughter? Worst part about you, Mr. Wells, is you know I know. And my team, as well as myself, are going to fight for Summer. We're going to fight for Summer, and we're going to bring those secrets to light. We're going to bring those secrets to light. And if you guys watch Jonathan Lee Riches, we are going hard. We are going hard, folks. We are going hard. We want Summer. We want her her perpetrators brought to justice. Too bad it's her freaking parents and her grandmother. Every adult person in that poor child's life failed her. I can guarantee nobody has met a team like ours. People can say what they will about our team. They can try to take a bus and run us over 1,000 times. But if you guys ever remember that Roger Rabbit, right? Maybe some of you guys, I might be showing my age. But when Roger Rabbit came out, right? That weird guy, that evil guy, they ran him over with that machine and he was flattened out. He put his thing in it and blew himself back up. That's us. That's us. We're going to keep coming back until we put these animals behind bars where they belong. Summer deserved better. Summer's life mattered. It's just sad where we're at today. We know that she is most likely not coming home alive. It breaks my heart. You know, it breaks my heart hearing her little voice. You know, if you guys watch Marissa's page, Molly Go Lightly, when she was playing those, oh God, I almost want to cry. When she was playing those 911 calls and you could hear little Summer's voice in the background, man, that broke my heart. I just wish they would stop. Just stop it. Oh my God. She didn't deserve this, folks. You know, she just didn't deserve it. We have got to do something. Tennessee's got to do better. We know Tennessee's got to do better. We're going to fight for Summer Wells. Each and every one of you. I got 743 people on this show right now. Each and every one of you have an opportunity to be part of her voice, and let me show you how. So on my page, the same page that you're watching this live on, if you go over to my community tab, right there, there's a letter here. And the tag, you won't see this stuff here, you know, under this right here. because this is all that shows on the tab is hashtags justice for Summer Wells, gloves are off, letter to prosecutor and judge. If you guys come on here and cut and paste this entire letter, or you can just cut and paste the highlighted area, which is the judge's information, the prosecuting information, the style of the case, and just the beginning, dear, honorable, blah, blah, blah. And you can write your own heartfelt letter to both the judge and the prosecutor. You can do that. Or you can just cut and paste the whole letter here and mail it out to the judge and prosecutor. You'll need 2 separate letters, one to the judge and one to the prosecutor. You'll need 2 envelopes and 2 postage stamps. So you're talking about your total commitment here is 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps. Anybody around the world can do this. This is not just for Tennessee. This is not just for the United States. He's going to court on February 7th, 2022. You guys have plenty of time to be heard and be part of Summer's voice and Summer's army. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this letter as I do with every YouTube Live. I read this to everybody, and I shouldn't say YouTube Live because I'm on StreamYard, so we're being streamed to Twitter as well. It says, as you know, there is a hearing in the above style caused on February 7th, 2022. The factual information provided in this case, which shall include his past criminal conduct and why Mr. Wells has been deemed a danger and a threat to the public. It is your duty to make sure he gets the maximum sentencing under Tennessee law. Mr. Wells has thwarted the law and manipulated the justice system with his lengthy criminal history spreading across multiple states for over 30 years. It is my hope that you realize he is a threat and you do everything in your power to finally bring justice to the community that he has tormented for more than a decade when he moved to Rogersville. He's a convicted felon with multiple violent offenses in your county, including domestic violence, multiple DUIs, including ones that were never prosecuted, child endangerment, which were never prosecuted, felon in possession of a gun, intoxicated person in possession of a gun, open container, and now missing daughter, which he very well may know information regarding to her whereabouts. This is a very dangerous man. I have reviewed prior charges and police affidavits in connection with Mr. Wells, and the stuff law enforcement hasn't charged him with is astonishing and a complete failure to this community and has put the welfare of anyone that has come into contact with him in danger. To me, it appears Mr. Wells has been allowed to get away with a lot without being held accountable for his actions, which in part led to the disappearance and potential death of his daughter, Summer Wells. You finally have an opportunity to put this dangerous criminal behind bars, and I hope you do just that. He's had 30 years of habitual criminal history, including multiple burglaries, forgeries, dealing in stolen property, drugs, alcohol, and repeated violence upon persons and domestically. His 30 years of criminal conduct spread across multiple states. When is enough enough? This man now has a missing daughter and is a person of interest in her disappearance and has proven time and time again he is a danger to everyone around him. You have a great opportunity to finally put this man behind bars, and I feel it is in the best interest of the community that this man receives the maximum sentence under the law. Please take this plea seriously and do what you can to protect the innocent residents in your county and do what you should have done years ago. Thank you for your consideration. So that is what you will be signing if you choose to take this template. I think it is well written, and I'm not just saying putting a hand on my back, but it did take this wasn't just typed up and boom, it's out there. Like, this took some research. This took some thought into delivering what I wanted to convey on paper. It took multiple drafts. It took some people proofreading. So we want to definitely get this letter out there. So please do your part right now. 4 sheets of paper, 2 envelopes, and 2 postage stamps. That'll be the only cost to each and every one of you. Right now, with everybody in this chat, that would be over 1,400 letters going to the prosecutor as well as the judge. Tell me how profound that would be? How profound would that message be to the state prosecutor as well as the judge? Sarah, we haven't even started on CPS yet. Right now, all the kids are out of the home. We're going to work on CPS at another time. But we have not forgot CPS, Tennessee CPS. We have not forgotten about you. So what we are going to do right now, though, is we need to go with what we can. Right now, we need to go after Don Wells. He's a danger to society. After we get them away, we need to go after Candace Wells. We need to break this family down. We need to find out where Summer's at. And right now, the strategy that law enforcement has been using by keeping them out and keeping them at their home where they can crack it up and drink it up and party it up and hang out with felons from across the United States is despicable. It's just deplorable. It's a smack in the face of everybody that cared and loved Summer Wells. Based upon what we saw and the lack of law enforcement and law enforcement actually holding these people accountable, we have now decided to do a protest in front of TBI. We're doing that from January 7th to January 11th. We have a lot of people flying in from all over the country. We hope you join us. We have a lot of people coming in live right in Tennessee and right in Knoxville. They're coming. We want justice for Summer Wells, and unfortunately, law enforcement is not doing enough. When we start hearing the parents being able to stand on the top of that mountain and get drunk and get stoned out of their mind on marijuana and God knows what else, they are not doing enough. That is a slap in the face to every person across this country that has been following and begging for justice for Summer Wells. When we all know it was the parents. We all know it's foul play. We all know this. We all know this. So it's time for us to take the gloves off. It's time for us to be respectful but powerful. And the way we be respectful and powerful is we go out, we protest, and we lay everything out to TBI, so much so they have no choice but to get off their duff and go do something about it. That's what our objective is. We want Don Wells and Candace Wells behind bars for something. We don't care what. Animal cruelty, child endangerment, serving underage children alcohol, contributing to the delinquency of a minor with alcohol as well as tobacco. Neglect, child neglect. There are so many things that law enforcement can do today, to get both of those animals off the street. Today. So please, 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 folks that are on this channel, are we having some problems? Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. I see some stuff coming in. Hold on, guys. The stupid... Oh, because I got it over here. I'm going to say my stupid mouse is driving me crazy. Lizzie, guess what? You don't have to ever worry about me taking a breath again because I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to tell me whether you're being a disruptor because I'm ready to block you. I'll put you in timeout for now. No, I do not take a break, nor do I take a breath. I fight hard for the cases in which I have, and I realize a lot of lazy people don't. But I can, if you want me to, I could go for 6 hours. Are you kidding me? When it comes to my cases, I get that involved with them. If that's something you don't like, move. You don't have to be here. Nobody gives a damn about you. I've got 710 people in here for me. Get it? This drug and alcohol issue across the country is really it's really bad. It really is. So I timed her out. I'm going to give her an opportunity to straighten up. She doesn't, and I'll just give a message to Lizzie and anybody else out there. Seriously, I'm hoping you're not being disrespectful. So Oh, I'm hoping, Dallas. I think you're good people, but I don't know. Now I'm gonna leave Lizzie on. I'm gonna let her have an opportunity. We got her number pegged. We got her number pegged, so we know. We know, and that's okay. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. But see, I've been being respectful to him, so I'm only doing it for a couple days. Then the gloves are back off. Like I'm giving you a couple days to grieve, but everything, all the tormenting you put my team through, you get 2 days, dude. You get 2 days, and yesterday's already. You found her yesterday, so today, Monday, by Tuesday, we'll be back to normal. Well, she can keep loving him. I'm sure there's other things that go on. That's okay. She can keep coming. Nobody gives a damn about her. Nobody gives a damn about him. I'm sorry, they just don't. Oh, thank you. They're jealous. They're jealous. That's what it is. Look at all the work we've been able to accomplish in 2 freaking days. And he's up there on the top of the mountain partying. So, anyways. All right, guys. I love you. You guys are beautiful people. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous to the cause, please don't forget to donate either through stickers, through super chats, or through our Venmo, Cash App, or now PayPal. Thank you guys. You guys have been a blessing. Again, our next segment, we're going to be going over Macbeth's first interview. I'm going to be looking around for some more. We're going to be talking about changes in stories. We're going to talk about body language with him. We're going to be talking about a lot. That's going to be coming in the next day or two. If I can't get it all together for you guys tomorrow, there'll still be a great special coming on. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing Christmas Eve or on Christmas. I'm thinking that I may just take those 2 days off. I may not. I may just throw some things out there for you guys. We may have a conversation over some eggnog instead of coffee. So we'll see. But I just want to tell you guys, without you, none of this would be possible for our team. None of this would be possible for the victims. Oh, thank you, Pink Phoenix. I love you too. You're very sweet. You're very sweet. You're such a great support. It takes all of us to be able to do this. And I realize a lot of people out there, you got work, you got your family, you got all these things. You could never possibly just take off and fly out to here, there, and find information and stuff like that. But you definitely support us being able to do that. And we are so very thankful for that. And I hope you guys are very pleased with the work that we're able to bring to you guys. We work very, very hard. And we don't mind going out. We don't mind putting ourselves in danger, but we will get the job done. And we're going to be going on other cases. This is not the last time you guys see us, right? So I haven't really talked to the team too much about this, but it's a hope that I'm hoping, and maybe you guys can start feeding us some information if you have it. But I'd really like to dive into Rose Bly. I think it's just, with two family members that have now disappeared, it's kind of hard to visit one without visiting the other, don't you think? And like I said, I don't want to throw my team under the bus by not really talking to them about this, but this is just my personal thoughts. And I just think it's time for us to go to Wisconsin and find out what in the world happened. What happened? So, yeah. But, there's another person in their family that is missing. And just think about it. If we can help bring some information to that, because I think however they disposed of Rose's body is how they probably disposed of Summers. And if we can try to dig in there, I mean, it's been 10 years. I mean, if at anything, obviously they will let us come in there. They will work hand in hand with us, right? Because we've given them 10 years on this one. And I have to think, Crazy Cat, you got to go. I don't, hold on a second. Let me see how you become a member. I think I'll throw it in the chat. Just give me just a second. Give me just a second. I'll throw it in the chat. Ah, shit. I did it yesterday. I don't know all this crap with this. I guess just go to my channel. There's got to be a way. If you go to my channel, Bullhorn Betty, I think at the very top next to the subscribe where you can share and stuff like that, I think it has a join me button you can go on. I'm not sure. If somebody has the link to the join me, just throw it in the chat. But what do you guys think about that? I mean, I just feel like, we're in this case, two people just seem pretty close to both of these cases. Candace Harrer and Candace Bly, which is Candace Wells. I just think that that would be, a good move. Like, we need to find out what in the world happened. So if any of you guys know, of any people related to Rose Bly, anybody, best friends, if they really want, I'd like, if you guys know these people, reach out to them and say, hey, we might be willing to take their case and might be willing to go out there and go find some information. But we need, we obviously need some people's help to get us off the ground. That means, what I mean by that, it's not financially. We're going to need some financial support for that, for Wisconsin trip. But what I need to get us off the ground, what I mean by that is we need people to give us some of the behind the scenes information. You know what I'm saying? I need to have people that were in direct contact with Rose Bly reach out to us and start feeding us and peddling us some information that they know. That's how we start working. We have to start building on a foundation. So if you guys start throwing that out there to your people that we might want to be getting involved, we need to get all the information, all the people that they hung around, were around, anything that you can. I know some people have already started sending me some information. I did review some of it, and it got some of my, my juices flowing on that case. And I'm just thinking, could you imagine if we helped solve Summer's case as well as Candace's sister's case? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And I'd really like to help. I really would. I'd like to help the families. I'd like to help the cases. There's a lot of her friends that are just saddened still after 10 years are just heartbroken over her disappearance. And if we can try to help, I'd like to. So anyways, send me that, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you all again for all your love and support. I want you guys to go out and make it a great Sunday. Enjoy your family. If you haven't called your family today, maybe today is the day to call, right? Just tell them you love them. You're thinking of them. And we just move forward. But I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. But we will be talking about Macbeth very soon. We're going to be breaking his stories down. We're going to start getting to the bottom of what we believe to be true and what we don't believe to be true. I will see you guys soon. Love you guys, and God bless.